Hi!
Hello, and welcome to the Daily Almanac for November 26th. So, let's get started.
This day in history!
On this day in history, November 26, 1716, the first lion to be seen in America was exhibited by Captain Arthur Savage at his house in Boston, Massachusetts. Also, on this day in 1789, a day of Thanksgiving was set aside by President George Washington. In his proclamation of the Day of Public Thanksgiving and Prayer, he lists several things that Americans had to be thankful for. One he mentioned was for the peaceable and rational manner in which we have been enabled to establish constitutions of government for our safety and happiness, and particularly the national one now lately instituted. And on this day in 1832, the first horse-drawn American streetcar in the U.S. began public operation in New York City. Named the John Mason, it was equipped with iron wheels and drawn over iron rails laid in the center of the road along 4th Avenue. 30 passengers were carried in the 3 compartments with 10 seats in each. Today on Word Power, we're going to talk about a word that gets misspelled all the time. The word is dessert, the sweet treat that you eat after dinner. Lots of people confuse the word dessert with the word desert when they're spelling. They might write, "My favorite meal of the day is dessert." Or, "It was so hot walking through the desert, I had to stop and drink some water." Dessert has 2 S's in the middle, D-E-S-S-E-R-T, and desert only has 1, D-E-S-E-R-T. One way to remember the difference is to think, sometimes I like to eat 2 desserts, but 1 desert is enough for me.
Ooh, extremes.
Today on Extremes, we ask, what country has the longest coastline in the world? The answer is Canada. The Canadian coastline is 125,566 miles long, which is 202,080 kilometers long. That's the same distance as 5 times around the Earth's equator. The Canadian coastline is so long because it has so many inlets and bays.
Health tips.
A bicycle is a lot like a car. It has metal wheels that spin and rubber tires filled with air. It has pedals that make it go and brakes that make it stop. You can steer it straight ahead or turn left or right. Your feet are off the ground and you can travel really fast. A bike is not a toy, so be sure to treat bike riding with respect and play it safe. During the winter, are you heating the outdoors? Well, if your home is drafty, that's just what you're doing. With your parents' help, check your home's first line of defense against the outside elements: walls, floors, roof, windows, and doors. If you find leaks between moving parts, for example, between the door and the door frame, or the window and the sill, where air can rush in, get them sealed with weather stripping. If there are leaks between non-moving parts, for example, between the window frame and the wall, get them sealed with caulking. Keep your house warm and stop heating the outdoors. Well, that's all the time we have left today for Daily Almanac. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you tomorrow.